Hello. Working on Art the Clown again. I think today I'm going to start tinkering around with the profile a little bit, although we'll see how that looks. That might look pretty annoying for you guys.
What might look pretty annoying?
The profile, because the camera is to my left, so when I'm looking at it in profile, you're looking at like the back of the head. So I may not do that extensively.
Keyframe frequency 4 seconds or less. What?
Something's wrong with what? Our sound guy is just over there vague booking. Oh, how is everything on your end? Chewy asked Jake to join us. Oh, Facebook, yes, the YouTube. Yeah, Art the Clown has a super crazy like hooked over nose. It's almost a right angle. Very Toucan Sam. Yeah, it's they don't actually show him in profile very often in the films. So it really isn't as apparent.
Oh, it's private. Why are you private? I swear I changed that.
Okay. Apparently it was set to private.
And it's giving me an error, something about keyframe frequency, but I don't know why. How?
Or what is.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so Jamie says it's popped up. Okay, that's good. This claims to be unstable. Why are you unstable? Why can I not?
Why are you unstable?
What's happening? Wine. Well, I guess that means you can hear me. That's good, right?
Well, at least Chewy can on Twitch.
There's the bet.
Whether or not anyone can hear your whining on YouTube is debatable.
Why do you say unstable? Keyframe variable is too high. I didn't change that, so I don't know. Do I care right now? Seems to be working.
Okay, well, if it's working, it's working.
Hey Jamie, can you try the chat? Oop, thank you. Hey, you're there. Cool.
Yeah, that chat is
Tiny for you.
it is visible in that it is, and that if you've told me it's chat, so I know it's chat, but
Yeah.
it's it's not resolving into letters, let alone
Yeah. Well,
readable.
the only way to make it readable for you is to make it ginormous.
Make it
and I don't
ginormous.
wanna do that.
No. No, that's okay. I don't need to read it.
Yes, she is the little red chat. Because you've got purple. Chewy, you've got purple because you've got the little Twitch icon, and Jamie's on YouTube, so it's a little YouTube icon. Chewy, are you on your phone? Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay. I think pretty much there isn't really anything I can do for mobile just because
That's not a big.
yeah, I can't make it
Space.
work for both. Unfortunately, I don't think Twitch stream is responsive because it's just video. Yeah, there's a bit of a delay on YouTube. Yeah, I mean it's better than nothing because at least if anybody's watching on their computer on the big screen, they should be able to read it. Can you actually read the chat, Jamie? Like the one that's on screen? In the video? Thingy?
Can you?
Can I? No, not really.
Well,
I can if I maximize it to full screen. But I've got like
you've got a ton of other stuff going.
yeah. I could try to make the text a little bigger, but I don't know if I can do it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so Jamie says she can read it when it's full screen.
Okay.
I may tweak the font size or something to make it bigger. Just not right now, because I don't think I can do it. Nope, let's find out actually. I'm gonna play with stuff. You talk about your sculpt.
Okay. Well, I'm just doing more rough in stage work. I'm still primarily working off the kind of neutral face sculpt that is the actual like the reference is that's the sculpt that's used for the Art the Clown prosthetic that Damien Leone did. So that's what the art face looks like before it goes on David Howard Thornton. Yeah, I was really lucky with this project. I found that, and I also found oh, I forget who it was that posted it. I don't think it was Damien Leone. I think it was one of the other studios that was working on stuff. Art's Teeth. The actual denture appliance.
Ooh, that's better.
Which is quite handy to have.
Am I crazy or did that font size get bigger?
It got way darker or something.
Well, because there's only one missing.
Oh,
No.
okay. I mean, it does look like it's bigger. I can almost see letters. Almost see letters.
Okay. Let's make it bigger for the olds. Push this. Oh.
So yeah, so I guess one thing of note, I suppose, is I'm not really even at this stage trying to make it look much like Art the Clown, because even that prosthetic, I'm not sure if I would clock that as Art the Clown if I didn't know
Your sculpt or that mask?
the mask. I mean, that's not a mask, but it's a that is the sculpt that is used to make the appliances that go on David Thornton. God, no, not even close. Like there's
Yeah, okay.
no one could read that.
Okay.
This isn't even a
So
no.
what we might try for next stream is making your phone horizontal,
Okay.
because then your screen will be bigger. Just not today.
No, because that would mess
Oh
with
yeah, I can see Ebenezer Scrooge. Okay, yay! Thank you, Jamie.
Ebenezer Scrooge. I suppose.
Scrooge McDuck. What?
Scrooge McDuck.
Why? So we can like put him in the forests of Endor or something.
Put me in really bad background situations.
Put you in a real murder basement.
No, the only thing that would really amuse me is I've seen a couple of streamers who have either they don't want to be on camera, or sometimes they don't want to be on camera, so they have these like little animated faces.
Yeah,
Or even animated.
And I'm like, that's a step too far for me right now.
I mean, I think it's just a
VTuber, yeah.
yeah, I think it's just like a little app thing that a couple of them use to animate an image. because the one I was watching, she played some. She was playing through Dark Souls 2, and she was on camera most of the time, but some streams she didn't feel like it, so she was using the little one of the characters from Elden Ring, the little frog-headed dudes, and making it talk. And I thought that was friggin' hilarious, especially because we could use one of the mugs.
Next time. I mean, look at this. We got the chat integrated. The layout looks nice and clean. I've even got the little fucking logo in the bottom.
Yeah, I suppose. It's fine,
Come
I
on.
guess. It's fine, I guess.
All that work I did. Douche. Thank you, Chewy. Chewy appreciates me.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Haha, I can't read that.
She called you a douche waffle.
Douche waffle.
Yep.
I wonder if Twitch censorship recognizes all douche confectionery or just the waffle.
If he could be, if he could read, he'd be very upset.
It's true.
Douche to that chair.
Nope, that one it let me out. I wonder if it recognizes the douche canoe.
I should try. Take up some. Let me just play with settings. Bonk.
Oh yeah. Tonight's beverage is a I believe limited time Pepsi product. It is 0-calorie zesty electric citrus flavor, which is violently blue.
I liked it the first time, but I think I like it less every time I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does have an almost medicinal kind of quality at the end. I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite. Oh, so I did miss an amusing what the kids are calling a teachable moment last stream. So I had initially sculpted Art's head, and it finished probably right around that height, maybe even a little bit lower. And that is because when I was measuring off of the image that I had, I failed to recognize that prosthetic wouldn't be sculpted to the crown of the head. It would be sculpted roughly to the hairline.
So you were making the whole
I was
thing
making
too small, or just the forehead?
Well, pretty much just the forehead, because it basically the prosthetic would cut off at or just below the hairline, because it needs to blend into the bald cap. If there's a bald cap, I doubt there is, because of the Art the Clown. Oh no, there was a bald cap in a couple of scenes, but he's got, most of the time he has the clown, like the costume has like a head sock kind of.
Yeah.
deal, so they probably don't bother with a ball cap often. But the important thing is you can't trust measuring devices entirely. You gotta think about what the hell you're doing. And if stuff doesn't look proper, it's because it isn't. It's easy to get hung up on like the numbers on things. That's why a lot of like fine woodworkers try to measure like as little as possible. Because when you're thinking about, you know, a portion of an inch or something like that, it tends to take you out of thinking about, oh yeah, this shape is half the size of that other shape, or, you know, obviously this molding has to fit within this other thing, so it can't be bigger. Like the molding has to be smaller than the door frame. And you won't tend to make that mistake if you're not measuring, but a lot of times take a measurement, you don't notice that the, you know, tape measure was kinked, or you just misread it and you don't think critically about that number. I do believe we are getting close enough on these Art the Clown proportions to think about the expression a little bit. I was actually talking with one of my friends, Chuck McDuff, about Art the Clown specifically, and how almost none of the Art the Clown's things really look like Art the Clown. The trick or treat mask doesn't quite look right. And there are toys and stuff, and Chuck has tried to sculpt him before and was not pleased. With his art. And I think there are a couple of reasons why it's very difficult to do an Art the Clown. I think the first one is obviously that the face paint. Yes, he's got a bit of skinny old man head. The jaw is going to need to be wider, for sure. Art's got this sort of shield shaped lower jaw section. It's very, very angular. Very angular. But I suspect that the face paint and the fact that inside that prosthetic, the actor that's doing art, David Thornton, is like, he pulls really big expressions. They're very exaggerated because he is a trained like clown and mime artist, and the face is super duper mobile, but it's also mobile in kind of a wrong way. I think these sort of almost little pleat like gestures in the sculpt I've seen a couple of like really close production stills, and you can see the way like these shapes around the mouth like really affect the way the prosthetic moves. So I have a suspicion that arts kind of like the specifics of how wide the jaw is and things like that are going to be challenged to sculpt in an expression. Because he never looks the same from 1 minute to the next. And a lot of his like a lot of his expressive faces and things are just subtly kind of uncanny valley-ish because of the way they interact with the prosthetic, which is a pretty cool thing if it was done intentionally. One of the reasons why it seems like a lot of people are creeped out by clowns is their expression doesn't match themselves well. Like, you have a clown smiling, but the smile is inside a big weird smile, or it's inside a big weird frown that's painted on.
Hey, Pain.
What up, Pain?
How's it hanging?
Really can't hear that expression without hearing Stephen Colbert's voice answering, long, loose, and full of juice. SH Christmas. He stream. I like it. We're gonna do he stream at some point.
Stream has had some upgrades and one slight downgrade, I guess. Upgrade is now we have both YouTube and Twitch chat on the screen there. Yes, I am very fancy.
You are very fancy.
We're gonna dial it in a little bit better because I'm assuming you're on your phone. which means that's probably really tiny for you. With a side note of, if that is the case, sorry, suck it up. There's nothing I can do about that. Ooh, yay. Lappy good.
So does Lappy mean it's actually legible, the other chats?
Jamie agrees. And I'm getting, like, the only downside so far is I'm getting a thing that says unstable and something about keyframes, and I have no idea what that means or how to fix it. So we're just gonna hope for the best. Sweet.
But yeah, I think on this end we're getting close to taking this form of sculpt as far as it needs to go. And then I'm going to start changing the expression.
Oh.
Because this is just the like early layout stage. Finding some of the general proportions, and then
Yeah, okay.
we've got to pose him.
I get it.
So I'm gonna have to decide specifically on a mood for Art the Clown.
Okay.
I was thinking about doing like pouty art,
Howdy art. Okay.
but I think I will not do that because I think most people are going to want to see creepy
big.
smile art. And I also want to integrate some other features.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the creepy smile is the, like,
I
iconic.
Yes, it is the iconic way to go for sure. I like the pouty expression that David Thornton does. But I also think it's going to be hard to do because it's not just a facial expression. It's very sort of embodied as well, because when he does like the pout thing, and he always like lowers his chin and sort of pulls back and in, and usually cocks his head a little bit too. So you get this like whole big gesture that kind of goes with it. And with doing mostly just the head, you're gonna lose all of that. Like, it's a lot of his stuff is very classic, or derived very classically. I mean, even like conceptually, Art the Clown, I believe was named Art the Clown because of the like Italian clown mime tradition. But yeah, definitely David Thornton's way of acting the character is not strictly in the face. think I can see. I can see enough of the art proportions here that I feel comfortable moving on and deciding on some more expression. One downside is I think I'm going to end up having to pull principally from like a single reference image.
Why is that?
Because art's face is so mobile. So his especially the way the prosthetic folds along the jawline and the like the nasal labial folds are like from this, which is not, I suppose I could try and get this a little bit more accurate just for demonstration purposes, because like in this sort of neutral expression, it's not it's not that it's not that pronounced.
I did that so smooth.
So smooth.
Didn't move. It's almost like I know what I'm doing, but I don't.
Oh.
Sorry, continue.
But yeah, like the area along like the cheeks and stuff, like when a person smiles, some people that have a really big smile, like their cheeks kind of stick out, but for the most part that kind of general shape of the head stays kind of the same. But with this prosthetic piled on and the big old smile happening, this jaw changed, like there's some folding and stuff moves a lot, like a lot. So I'm gonna actually end up adding quite a bit to the width. And even weirdly, like almost the length of the jaw looks different. So there may even be some stretching that goes on. Like, I don't know if that Art the Clown prosthetic makeup was sculpted over David Thornton's face, like if they pulled a cast, or if it was sculpted more generically, because there was an actor that did art before David Thornton. He's actually going to be at Frightmare this year. I forget his name, but yeah, I had to add a lot of forehead after the last stream, because I did not take into account that the prosthetic I was measuring from quit at the hairline. So he's actually got about an extra, I don't know, not quite a quarter of the length of his head got added. But yeah, the jaw is significantly bulked up in pictures where Art is smiling. And whether that's all from the smiley, or if it's just the prosthetic is stretched a little. So I'm going to bring the corners of the actual smile to just outside center of the eyelid.
Yeah. That guy?
Yes, Mike Gianelli. Apparently. Yeah.
He's gonna be at Frightmare.
He's going to be at Frightmare. The OG Art the Clown from the All Hallows Eve version. I'm pretty sure it was David Thornton for Terrifier, the first Terrifier.
Yeah, I just randomly tripped across an announcement on
the Instagrams.
no, Facebook.
Oh, Facebook.
Frightmare thingy.
Okay, so like these nasolabial folds come way high. They're actually this may take a bit of thinking, because my suspicion is that David Thornton's kind of the fold at the corner of his mouth is probably around here, but the prosthetic breaks higher and more abruptly. So he's way up here. Yeah, this is likely going to take a bit of back and forth tinkering to get close to right. It's definitely going to be a thing to do. And that black face paint really doesn't help with reading where these things go.
I don't know if you want me to bring it into Photoshop and lighten the shit out of it.
No, it's fine.
I do that sometimes.
I will do this. I'll do it the hard way.
Yeah, it does. It's like a black blob.
Yeah, it absolutely buries.
And the blood on the teeth doesn't help.
No, it buries the features of his actual lip, but it also buries the some of the stuff on the prosthetic. I may end up drawing in the black toward the end just to see. Yeah, like this whole area is still concave, but it fills in a little. Who knows? Maybe we'll get real lucky and then come out easy. But I doubt it. It's the meme thing I was seeing with Walton Goggins for the longest time. there was a like a reaction meme that everyone was using from, I think it's White Lotus, I don't really know. Just Walton Goggins saying something about, I doubt it, but you never know. I think where's my good scooping? There it is. Big. But yeah, I got I have reference that's good reference. So at least I got that going. Absolutely. Should I send you Art's teeth?
I don't know. Should you?
Should I send you Art's teeth? You're the one in charge of putting stuff up.
Okay, Payne says yes, please.
All right. I found these on an Instagram post the other day. I'll have to trim these out.
Oh.
For me if I just send you by Discord.
Is being weirder. Let's see what's working now. There it is.
Yeah, you have to trim the top and bottom off. But those are Art's teeth. They're good, actually really good. Might as well send you that too. So I found a really good high-res image of Art from Terrifier 3. It's not the expression that I want exactly, but it's got some good detail that I will be able to use at some point. Where was the art that I was using? This one? No. This one. Yeah. But yeah, so Art's teeth. I also have my suspicions that when a lot of the art expressions that David Thornton is doing are intentionally not like, you know, like Art smiling is sort of very intentionally not really quite smiling. It's like trying to do the fake smile.
Just get all teeth.
Just get all your teeth out basically. Which is fucking hard to do. Like, I don't know if you've ever tried to like frown or smile separate from like the rest of your face.
Here's your reference.
But it is not easy.
Bazinga.
What's that? The new art, the art that I sent it? Oh. Well, did you find the one of the Did you get the one that I
This is
sent
the
you?
one you sent me.
Yeah, but did you get the ones I sent you before that? Of just the teeth.
Just
The
teeth?
dentures. The whole prosthetic. There should have been 3 photographs.
No. I got one.
So Discord is not exactly behaving.
Did you get that thing I sent you? No, I did not.
Sent. Did you get that?
Ah, I got it now.
Okay. There's 2 more views of the teeth. Oh. And Dan Makes Stuff just reposted it. Oh, no, he didn't.
I was like, that's what you just said.
That is what I just sent you.
Okay, so what
What?
is this?
Those are the
Prosthetic?
actual teeth. Like, those are Art's teeth.
Gross. Okay. Coming right up.
And a front view of Art's teeth.
Coming right up straight. Just a sec.
Yep, he's got a. It looks like it's a full dental appliance. So that's kind of like a side view ish. And I sent you the front view too.
Oh, did you?
Yep. Or, well, I tried to send it to you, whether it actually sent or not.
Yep.
But yeah, I really like the gap on, like, beyond the second incisor on the, I guess his left hand side it would be, on the top. They gave him like a big gap. That's pretty cool. Like, they're janky, but they're not like monster janky. Which I think is pretty cool. They posted it's Dan Makes Stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. He posted that, and he posted the dental appliance for Victoria Hayes too, which is neat.
Is that the little kid one?
No, that's the woman with the
The eye.
with the eye and
Okay.
yeah,
The eye and
the eye and the but yeah, the which is funny actually. Chuck sent me those because we were talking about he made a Victoria Hayes mask that is quite popular, and he was saying he wasn't that enthusiastic about it because he didn't think it looked quite right. Which, I mean, I suppose it didn't look exact, but also it wasn't like, it's a mask, so it doesn't have, like, he was sculpting it over a mask form so it would be wearable, and the face is a little broader because of it in general, but also he didn't have that picture of the teeth, so he was kind of guessing from less good stills what exactly her teeth looked like. Yep, I think they did. That's not your candy.
Candy upstairs.
That's not your candy.
My candy's upstairs.
That's not your candy. That's not your candy. That is work candy. That is work candy pie.
Yeah, I'm working. This counts.
I don't eat the work candy.
You could, as long as you told me.
I'm not going to eat the work candy. I think we got to break into the Smarties soon. I think I have one more arrow bar. Put in orders. You know, we never did the experiment. Not that I guess it really matters. Sending or keeping one of those arrow bars in with the maple candy, just to see if having them in close proximity messes up the flavor.
I'm sure. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I guess. I mean, if you're comfortable with sending people off tasting thank you candy. It smells like mint and maple. Isn't that interesting? So, I just noticed the sculpt for the prosthetic is very smooth through the sort of upper nose area, and there's a distinct like crease down the center of the nose in this reference that I'm looking at. And the pinched section above the brow is narrower too. I think those are the trick or treat art masks. Pain. I could be wrong, but I think those are the trick or treat mask. I do have a picture of, I don't know if it's from Dan Makes Stuff or another one, of an actual screen used prosthetic art head where it's smiling as well. But yeah, for the expression stuff, I am going to try and use as much as I can. Yeah, Tinsley Studio, that sounds right. I'm going to try and use as much as I can images either from the movies or that I know for a fact are David Thornton in the prosthetic. Because I don't know what portion of things are, what portion of art is derived directly from that prosthetic, and what portion of it is how it fits over the actor's face. I'm actually going to try and do as much as I can from this one reference, which is that one that Farah had up earlier.
Contact?
I don't, whatever it's the other one that you had. The
just the smiling one you sent me the other day?
Just the smiling one you sent me the other day. Yeah, I think that's the expression that I largely want. It's not a perfect. I suppose I could try and adjust that a little bit, because it's down a little bit and this way a little bit, so it's kind of looking at you that direction a little.
Tiny little pencil neck.
Yeah, he's got a little skinny neck. He's gonna get a bunch of ruffles and stuff. At some stage of this, my concept. Yeah, I'm gonna add some ruffly collar. My concept for this mug is gonna be like an Art the Clown ceramic clown, like the old, like Victorian, and actually I don't know if it's Victorian, it might be Georgian. There was a ceramic clown thing for a while, like little porcelain clown sculptures and stuff. So I'm going to try and pull some of that into it. But yeah, this is going to be a lot of trying to sculpt him as much as I possibly can from that one reference. And then I will fill in with other references as I have to, because I am sure I will have to. To get a better look at some of the details and some of the things about the face. Yeah, you can really see like how different the jawline looks from this one, where it's definitely got David Thornton in the art prosthetic and the sculpture from the prosthetic. The jaw is wider and longer, I think. I think it's longer. It looks very much longer.
Chewy's auction. Rare vintage 1985 He-Man Masters of the Universe pull string voice action belt medallion. Working.
So you can get the sounds of He-Man from your crotch,
Nah.
your groinial region.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what kids wanted back in the day, right? A pants accessory. I have the power to support your pants.
Herman.
Okay, Gimp Pikachu, I got it. I'm down with it. I'm there. But yeah, unfortunately, we are at the stage now of the sculpt where the real limitations for these bad boys kick in. Because if you tried to use these from the other reference, obviously you're going to get different results because those references are not the same scale. So I can't be using those anymore to check my proportions. I have to do it by eye. I have to do it the hard way. I know. Gotta do it the hard way. He has his own face on his undies. He might do. Did you send the send that He-Man
I did.
pant retain the tactical pant retaining system?
I did.
Mm-hmm. So another thing that I did in preparation for this, which I don't always do, but it can be very useful, is I did a digital painting of art.
Would you like me to show that?
You can if you want to. It's not terribly important. It's the same. I think no, it's not the same image as this. Maybe it is. No, it's not. I can't remember.
Is it? No. Yes. No.
Fucked if I
Yes?
remember.
No.
Look, I
Yes.
can't be expected to keep
No.
track of all the things that I'm doing when I'm doing them. All right? That is unreasonable.
Sure.
But doing something like a painting like that is not oh, thank you, Payne. It was I mean, it was all right. But the point of doing something like that in preparation for something along these lines is it kind of helps you because you're able to like tweak stuff around, and it helped me see what are some of the most like essential art features. Like what stuff, if you botch it a little bit or you change things a little bit where it just doesn't look correct for art. So it shows me what to look out for. Like, it's really easy, especially as someone who has a little bit of experience doing paintings, to kind of like default a little bit to some things. Like, I kind of know how to paint someone's eyes. The long face is a pretty good important thing, but also the shape of his eyes I found to be kind of a big deal. Um, because he has these big, like, kind of skull-like orbits sculpted in. Um, but then his actual, like, his eye shape inside, he tends to have a very kind of narrowed, slight squint when he smiles. So like I think that version, yeah, I think that's the more finished version. Um but there was another one that I did where just having the eyes open just a fraction more made it look like genuinely happy friendly art versus creepy smile art. And like it was a teeny tiny amount of uh change. So there's probably going to be a few examples of things that I'm going to end up doing that are slightly out of proportion in terms of like his actual proportions, um, to make it look and feel more like Art the Clown at this scale and stuff. Actually does make a little bit of a difference. I don't know if you've seen there was like a thing, I don't know, it's probably 5-6 years ago now. Action figures, the companies had been using like a scanning technology. I know it was prevalent on like the wrestler figures, the WWE ones, um, where they would scan the wrestler's face, and they actually, like, instead of doing a sculpt and doing like a paint, they were doing like just a scaled down, almost like a direct print from the scan of the wrestler's face, and actually printing the the facial features and stuff on, like, basically just a really tiny little photo print on the face, and they look really goofy. um like some of them look goofy because the alignment has to be incredibly tight when they do that. So if they messed it up at all, it looked insane. But even when they got it right, um, because they didn't take into account like the way detail and stuff gets expressed, um, they were, they were accurate, scaled down versions of the actual like person's face, but your your brain doesn't know how to cope with um looking at someone who, like their face is itty bitty. um so like your brain wants them to be far away basically. um but you're able to take in all the teeny tiny small details, and it looks just wrong. Like it's one of those, it's technically correct. They're technically perfect, but they don't read right. Um, so sometimes, like if you're doing a scaled down version, you might have to soften some details or um, you know, punch some stuff up to get it to really read. And look right. A lot of decisions that need making that aren't just copying down the thing. Oh, I did also off camera make a start on Art's Widow hat. I think it's still a bit out of scale, but I also think I might go smaller with it. Just smaller than it even has to be for the value. I think it's too big, and I want to say it's slightly out of proportion too. Like it should be a little narrower and taller.
I mean, according to your little sketch, for sure.
Well, my little sketch, he's got a tiny hat.
Yeah, I know.
But he's in the actual image. Like I made that hat in the sketch extra small.
Oh.
Like it's like half the size.
Yeah.
But I made like. Do you see how you saw it in the sketch and you read it as right? Like it felt.
Well, I don't know. It does actually look.
Yeah, but it feels like it.
Yours is definitely too big. Well.
Yeah, you get it now,
okay.
huh?
Yeah, okay.
Like the smaller version isn't right, but it kind of feels right. It feels right.
Yeah.
Art needs a little fascinator hat, you know? And I'm fine with I guess quite how to express that. Thematically correct versus technically correct.
Sure.
It's more important that it look good than it look right.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like Art's nose right now is broader and less angular than it wants to be, but I'm not actually sure that that's true. I also I intellectually see things that are different than what I am like wanting to be there or something. Like there's I feel a lot of concavity in Art's face. Like it feels like there's this hollow area that runs through here, like it's very sunken.
Yeah.
And skeletal in spots. Yep. But from looking at the image, I don't think it is.
You sure?
No, I'm not sure. If I was sure, I would
does have like
he's got,
in the temple area.
well, yeah, the temple area for sure. But like beside the nose, it feels like there should be a concavity, and just under this area in the like subzygomatic
Sure.
portion, like down here below the zygomatic arch,
Okay.
feels like it should be a concave.
Here.
Yes, maybe further up and back than that. But yeah, like if I want that to be concave and hollowed out and kind of like almost a little haggard. But looking at this sculpt and looking at the images, I think Art's face is a little bit, a little softer, a little puffier than
We call his face many things, but soft is not one of them.
well, softer and puffier than I'm conceiving it,
Oh, okay.
you know? And I think I may have to add some of that stuff that I'm expecting to see in at some point. Did it break Arts? No, I didn't. But yeah, like the softer side of Art, yes. No, I think I'm gonna end up having to do some more like tweaky things to get it to really feel right. Even beyond the like making sure that I get the proportions correct and everything. I'm gonna have to budget a little. So that he reads well. One area that I'm a little bit not looking forward to is I'm gonna want to put some eye forms in this guy. And the odds of having eye forms that are... Oh, I weakened that too much. The odds of having eye forms that are exactly the right size is pretty slim. I gotta bulk this area up. Art's little skinny neck can't support his head. His head's gotten heavier. That's going to be a little trickier because the angle's not right, but that's okay. difference. Something subtle about the shape of that mouth. Sort of quickly, roughly sketch in where that black paint goes. Oh, can you see that on the camera at all? The where I just kind of really roughly sketched in where the black paint is.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. think I may try a couple of like little conceptual things too. Like I don't necessarily see it per se, but I think art's got these like skeletal features that are added in. Like they're obviously not, it's not art's skeleton because it would be way the wrong place, but like he's got these super strong, almost skull like eye orbits that are also like way oversized. I think I might want to bring that in to some other places too. Just a little subtle hint of some like where the bone and the cartilage meet in the nose. Seems right for art. Okay, whatever you say, phone. It just showed the battery thing, but it says it's at 90%. Yeah, I'm plugged in. Oh, maybe it's like not plugged in that well. It's complaining about the charging speed or something.
Oh.
Yeah, I do. You don't know what your old phone's bitching about. Where the like head sock thing goes. Gently hint at that seam that runs down the center too. It's remarkable how much of an effect he will have a tiny hat. I've got enough neck on this that I will probably be removing some. We have room, I believe, at this point for a full-size hat if we wanted it. But I think I'm going to do a smaller hat. I suspect I'm going to do a smaller hat. Because I just like it better. Yes. Yep, everything needs to stay under 8 inches. Kiln is an opposite size queen. Yeah, art should be okay. In terms of scale. You know, one thing that's going to annoy me about art. The teeth are going to be ever so slightly below where teeth would be because of the hmm? Ooh, that's interesting. Screenbox is where Terrifier 3 was initially streaming. Yeah, it's got a free trial and it's got a few things. Um, I have seen I've seen pretty mixed reviews of the Screenbox content online. A lot of people are not exactly pleased with what you get for the price. But they do seem to be grabbing up or I think they have some original content as well. But yeah, it's basically it's Shutter money for not a lot of content and a lot of crossover with things like Tubi and stuff. I guess Shutter is gone up in price again or something too. I don't know. I feel like if any of the horror streaming things are going to be worth it, it's going to be Shutter. But I don't think anything is really the value that that a lot of the streaming services used to be. From what I understand, more of the streaming services are getting into the we actually want to make money starting soonish. Whereas before it was all like it was all investor money basically. They weren't turning a profit on their own, which is why you were getting like, things like Shutter with just crazy amounts of content for like $3 or $4 a month or something. It's really, really hard to say what's worth it for like streaming service stuff. Um, I would love to say that Screambox was better than it is, because it does seem like the some of the things that they've had have been interesting. What is Shutter running a month now? Pain. $7.50 a month with the ads is not. It's not too bad. Guess if you broke it down to what do you call it? Like video Blockbuster rentals per month. That's probably only like four rentals a month in 1990 1998 prices. I mean, I don't know about that. I as far as I know, the only people watching the stream right now definitely know what Blockbuster was all about. Um, I don't know if there are younger folk out there just quietly observing. Yeah, it feels like I know if like Tubi's catalog is not always well, it's always spectacular, but not in the purely superlative way. Some of it is pretty special. Um, thinking in particular about films like what was it, Beaster Day. Um, that one was pretty nuts. But I definitely watch my fair share of Tubi content. And that one's purely ad supported, so mm. Oh yeah, I guess so. Wonder if the lone final blockbuster is still a thing.
Say that again?
Do you remember the last blockbuster ever was someplace in like North Dakota or something? John Oliver had a thing. I can't remember if he updated that finally gave up. There was a video rental store here in town up until 5 or 6 years ago. I mean, I don't want to take a guess at what most people are watching in movies. Okay, like it really does seem like there's a, a lack of taste and sophistication in film. They should be looking for Velocipaster. That was a movie that uh, had a unique voice and perspective on where exactly special effects scenes should go at some point, maybe. Well, we will see. I'm not incredibly hopeful, but if there is one bright spot in the general economic turmoil in the States, it could be that movies might change a bit, um, because if a lot of the foreign markets are less interested in US movies, apocalypse movie we watched that. Oh God, what was the apocalypse movie we watched? Oh, no, it wasn't Alpacalypse. It was
Lamageddon?
Lamageddon.
That was great.
It was Lamageddon. Yeah, Lamageddon was
I mean, Apocalypse.
Apocalypse would have been good too. That would be the sequel, yes. Apocalypse. But Lamageddon, I mean, I really do think horror movies have a certain, like, horror movies have a robustness that a lot of other film genres just don't have. Like there are not an insignificant size group. Oh, the Toxic Avenger movie. Why not? They've done everything else. If it's good, if it's entertaining, that'll be a whole thing. I like Peter Dinklage. I won't. I enjoy his performances in general. But I don't feel like Peter Dinklage is quite the draw for me in terms of a movie that certain other actor like we just saw the announcement that Bill Moseley is going to be at Frightmare this year. Bill Moseley is one of those actors that if I see a movie that's got Bill Moseley in it, I feel reasonably certain that it's going to be a good time. It may not be a great movie, but it's going to have the entertainment value there. Like yeah, Elijah. I did see Elijah Wood was going to be in that one, but will Uncle Lloyd be in it? That's what I want to know. Well, then, if it has Uncle Lloyd's stamp of approval, then it's fine. Like, If Uncle Lloyd says it's good, it's gonna be a thing. It's definitely gonna be a movie. Hopefully not all CG all the time, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure I will watch it eventually. Yeah, I'm sure I'll watch it eventually. Kevin Bacon. Is Kevin Bacon like a thing? Like that's a Kevin Bacon's in a movie? Is that a good bet that that's going to be a better movie? I don't know if it is.
I don't know.
He's been in some movies that were good. For sure. I did enjoy the original Tremors. He was in Tremors, yeah?
Yes.
I also feel like I get Kevin Bacon and who's the actor that died a few years ago? I think. He was in Roadhouse. I'm sure it was I'm pretty sure Roadhouse and
Patrick Swayze?
yeah, that sounds right. I feel like I get Patrick Swayze and Kevin Bacon confused sometimes.
I see that.
Like a
There's a
there's a mullety haired
Yep.
like 80s actor archetype or something that is it 10 it is 10 o'clock. Okay, yeah, we cannot extend stream today for sure. We have to go pick people up at an airport. Yay, back to Toronto again. Ugh. Dame Judi Dench is in everything if you want her to be. I feel we've proven that.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
Later.
Thanks for coming and hanging out. We will see you on.
Oh, wait. Is Maggie Smith... Wait, which one is Maggie Smith and which one is Judy? I don't know. I don't know anymore.
We will see you on Thursday.
Anyway, I hope you had fun with the stream. Night. Bye.